Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitz TV here, aka G133. I'm back here today, and it is that time of the month. I'm here with your Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 76 review slash reaction, just like we do every single month here on the channel. The Granolah arc is continuing. I know I didn't do as many spoiler videos as I usually do each month when the manga comes out. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. We did get spoilers right over the weekend, but the spoilers to me just didn't feel like enough for me to want to make a video for. You know, the only big spoilers we got were about Granola's mom, and then there was a couple of spoilers showing the battle between Goku and Vegeta. I mean, Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah, right? And, you know, there were cool panels, but I just didn't feel like making a spoiler video on those. You know what I mean? You know, the biggest spoiler, of course, which we covered a couple of days ago, was at the end of this chapter, we get to see the return of Bardock to Dragon Ball Super as Monitio comes on the battlefield and tells Granolah about how it was Bardock who saved them 40 years ago. And we'll find out, of course, about all that in the next manga chapter next month with chapter 77. But that was the biggest thing from this chapter, you know? But the thing about it is, this is still not a bad chapter. I know there's going to be some controversial parts. You know, Vegeta has some dialogue here that's going to be questionable in people's eyes because people are always talking about Vegeta and his character regression, right? And we'll get to that when we get to that point in the chapter. And of course, the Bardock stuff. Those are going to be the two big controversial parts of this chapter. But to me, I enjoyed it. And I'm going to say this, you know, at this rate, and this is my opinion, right? At this rate, I feel like, you know, if the Granolah arc continues down the trend that it's going, I feel like it's gonna end up being the best arc in Super. All right, I'm really enjoying the story. I really am. I'm loving the battles. You know, outside of UI being nerfed a couple chapters ago, I've really enjoyed the fight with Goku and Granolah and Vegeta. You know, I'm actually enjoying the story because it ties to our main characters. It involves the past with the Saiyans and Frieza. Now we're seeing Bardock get involved, and everyone has their opinion on that, but I like it. I'm actually in the minority when it comes to people who like Bardock from Dragon Ball Minus. Right, I'm really enjoying this arc. Is it perfect? Hell no. There's still a lot of things that Toritaro could do better. We all know that. But for me personally, I'm enjoying the arc for what it is. You know, and that's just my thing. And I really do think this, if in my opinion, I really do think this could be end up being the best arc in Dragon Ball Super by the end of it. I'm really enjoying it. You know, this was another good chapter. It wasn't a perfect chapter, of course, but it was a good chapter. I think last month's chapter may have been the best chapter of the arc, chapter 75. You know, this was a little bit of a step back, but still, it was an enjoyable chapter from my eyes. But let's get into it. Chapter 76, the fate of the Saiyans. So if you guys remember back in chapter 75, you know, we saw Vegeta debut the Ultra Ego form, and he pretty much owned Granolah for most of that chapter until Granolah, awakened. You know, his other eye turned red. He awakened to like a super Cerulean, super Granolah, whatever you want to call it. And then, it looked like Vegeta was on the ropes at the end of the chapter, and that's exactly where we pick up. So you guys could see, if you guys saw the early draft pages, of course, like we always cover here on the channel, you guys have seen most of these pages already, or at least the first 6 or 7. Right, these are now them just in HQ, but you guys can see Vegeta, he's on the defensive. Granolah is firing those rapid fire attacks, which he's known for. We know that Granolah is known for rapid fire, ki blast, and targeting vital points. That's the way Granolah fights. So we see, of course, Granolah is cocky and confident. He's like, "What's wrong? Are my attacks not invigorating you anymore?" Which, like, if you guys saw my early draft page video, I really do like this line. That's actually really cool, you know, because Vegeta, when he was in the Ultra Ego state last chapter, and he was owning Granolah. Granolah was firing attacks at him, and Vegeta wasn't even trying to guard against them. He was just like, "Keep hitting me," because we know with the Ultra Ego form, the higher Vegeta's fighting spirit is, the stronger he becomes. So we see now Granolah, now that the tables have turned, right? Vegeta's not, the Vegeta's not being stimulated by those attacks anymore. They're actually doing tons of damage to him. And then we see Granolah, he's getting all cocky, and Vegeta's like, curse you. So what goes around comes around. So we see Granolah continue the far off attacks. I love this panel. Like I said, it reminds me of Dragon Ball Super episode 109, where Goku was fighting Jiren, and all of a sudden you see Jiren just stomp on Goku's back while Goku was in Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku just couldn't get up. That was just one of the many moments that showed how strong Jiren is. So you see Vegeta gets sent flying from the momentum of being hit by Granola's attacks, and Granolah stops Vegeta's momentum with his own foot. And you can see Vegeta is back in his base form. He no longer has enough stamina to stay in the Ultra Ego state. And you can see it's a pretty cool panel. And Granola's like, no more Super Ego, whatever you call it. The universe is proving me right, since fate has decided that you Saiyans are doomed to die. And Vegeta's like, get off me, right? So I really do like the start of this chapter. And Vegeta says, I am the master of my own fate. And Granola's like, learn to realize when you've lost. And Granola's been saying that over and over again, because Vegeta and Goku, they're relentless, right? Even when it looks like they're down and out, they keep coming back for more. They never give up. And of course, we got that big panel here. We see right where it looks like Vegeta's about to get finished off by Granolah. Goku comes in with Super Saiyan Blue, right? And he saves Vegeta, right? Vegeta is in shock. Granola's like, what the hell? So we see Granolah get sent flying. So Granolah is, of course, surprised that Goku is back on his feet. And Goku's like, hanging in there, Vegeta? I'll take it over from here. So Goku's like, I'm tagging in. And all of a sudden, Vegeta hits Goku with a kick. This is one of the parts where people, I've seen on social media, people already, kind of getting angry. And we'll talk about this in just a sec, right? But this panel reminded me and a lot of other people of when Android 18 hit Vegeta in DBZ. And remember the kick that broke Vegeta's left arm? Right, so some people like Torotaro, got inspired from that panel from DBZ. But it looks very similar. But Goku's like, yeesh, what gives, Vegeta? And of course, Vegeta's like, you take over? Not if I have a say, right? And then we see Vegeta punch Goku in the face and Goku goes flying. So this panel is one where I want to talk for a sec, okay? So Vegeta's like, there's no one I'd rather beat the hell and back than you. Or, there's no one I'd rather beat the hell and back than you, Kakarot. And Goku's like, come on, man. You sure picked a moment for this old attitude. And Vegeta's like, you seem confused. But know that I've only ever agreed to fight side by side when we had something to protect. Goku's like, protect, huh? How about preserving your own life? Or are you trying to get yourself killed here, right? And then Vegeta says, better that than teaming up with you. And I've seen a lot of people angry about this because a lot of people were saying this is regression. This is early, like, Android and Boo Saga Vegeta, And I can kind of understand that, but I disagree. One thing that I did not want coming into this chapter was Goku and Vegeta teaming up. Mainly, I'm talking about fusion. I'm not talking about 2-on-1 against Granolah, but, I didn't really want that as well. I thought it would be likely that we would see Goku and Vegeta team up because we see it so many times throughout Super, right? We've seen it against Jiren, we've seen it against Broly, we saw it against Moro, right? We've seen it so many times throughout Dragon Ball Super, But I just didn't want fusion. I feel like that's so fan service right there. Right? People are already talking about the fan service we're getting with Bardock being put into the Dragon Ball Super story. Gogeta, it's just too easy. This is way too easy, right? Everyone was making their artworks about Ultra Instinct Gogeta or Ultra Ego Gogeta against Granolah. I was just like, yes, it would be cool to see but from a story perspective, I don't want to see that. I like the way this story has been going with Goku and Vegeta going down their own separate paths and then using their own separate paths of powers against Granolah, right? And you got to give Granolah credit. Even though he made a wish to become the strongest in the universe, Granolah's been fighting Goku and Vegeta all on his own these last 5 chapters by himself, right? Goku and Vegeta, they've taken turns, but still for Granolah to hang on that long against these two of all people, that's very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. And if you have Goku and Vegeta team up, right, it's like kind of like, no, it's too easy, right? It's too easy a card for them to pull. So I feel like having Goku and Vegeta separately fight Granolah, even still through this chapter, it made it a better chapter in my opinion. I liked it. I liked it. I liked that they didn't go down the obvious and the normal and the uncreative route of them teaming up. Well, back to Vegeta here, right? Also, the people are mad that, Vegeta, here's the thing with Vegeta here. And also, there's a speech later on in the chapter that Vegeta gives, you could kind of tie back to this panel. But Vegeta here, he's talking about, still remember, Vegeta, at the end of the day, he still wants to beat Goku, right? There's no one I'd rather beat the hell and back than you, Kakarot. We all know that. No matter how much Vegeta has developed and, no matter how much Vegeta has let go of that evil side of himself, Vegeta always wants to beat Goku up. No matter if it's in battle or training, that's just the way Vegeta is. So that line doesn't bother me at all, right? And some people have said what Goku's saying in these two panels, it's kind of like the fans, right? It's like we're the fans here, and Vegeta is like Toritaro, right? Or Toriyama. So Goku's like, come on, man, you sure picked a moment for this old attitude. Because Goku's like, why are you going back to your old way? Why are you acting like this now? But Vegeta says, you seem confused. But know that I've only ever agreed to fight side by side when we had something to protect. Which I'm not mad at this line, right? When they fought side by side against Jiren in the manga in the Tournament of Power and the anime, is because if they lost, Universe 7 would get a race. Makes sense. No matter if it was against Goku Black or Broly, right? If they didn't fight side by side against Broly, Broly's rage, even though Broly's not a bad guy, his rage would have probably led to the planet being destroyed. You could say the same thing about Goku Black. In Goku Black, if they didn't fight side by side, Trunks' world would have been destroyed and they would have lost their lives as well. Same thing with Moro. If they didn't team up, the Earth would have been destroyed. Moro would have consumed it. So it kind of makes sense. Vegeta does not want to team up with Goku. He doesn't. Yeah, and I like that he does not want to team up with Goku unless the circumstances, ask for that to happen. What Vegeta is saying here is like, look, there's no planet to save. There's no we don't have to protect our loved ones. This is just us against Granolah. And even though the Heater Clan are out there and all that, still, this is not a battle where the whole universe is on the line. Right? Right now, the focus is just Granolah on Planet Cereal. That's it. Granolah is not a universe-level threat at the moment. He's not going to go attack the Earth or go attack the people that Goku and Vegeta care about. Right? So Vegeta's like, why would I team up with you when we're not fighting to protect something else? And yes, Goku makes a really good point here. Goku says, how about preserving your own life, right? Are you trying to get yourself killed? Well, Vegeta's sane pride is coming into play here. Vegeta's like, look, we don't have anything to protect here. It's just two Saiyans battling against Granolah. I'd rather die than team up with you right now because we're not in a situation where we really have to team up. The universe is not on the line here. The only thing really on the line is our pride and our lives because Granolah is trying to kill them. But Vegeta is like, I'd rather die, honestly, than team up with you right now. If it was a different person, Vegeta would probably be more inclined to defuse and team up with Goku. But right now, Granolah is not that type of opponent, right? He's going after them, not the Earth, not their loved ones, not, the people that they care about. So I don't have a problem with what Vegeta really is saying here, I don't really have a problem with it. They don't have to fuse. They don't have to really team up here, So I feel like people are just taking this and, they're not really analyzing what's going on here. They're not really analyzing. Vegeta wants to do this alone. And yes, he's being stubborn. Yes, the same pride is coming into play. But, if you look at the circumstances surrounding this battle, it kind of makes sense that Vegeta wants to go down this route. So I'm not against what Vegeta said here. I'm not against it at all. So I feel like people are just, they're just they're just acting a little bit too emotional, especially when it comes to Vegeta. They're not looking at the entire chapter and the entire context of what's being said here. So I don't really have much of a problem with what Vegeta said here in this panel. So I just wanted to spend, a couple minutes talking about that. I've seen a lot of people flipping out about this panel on social media. So we see, right, as Vegeta is talking, Granolah has, recovered from the punch from Goku, right? Because remember, Granolah was only down for well, he wasn't even down. He was more looking at Goku and Vegeta arguing. But we see here, look at Granolah. He comes in and he's targeting Vegeta's vital point. And remember, Granolah's been going after that vital point this entire battle. He's been going after Vegeta's abdomen multiple times. And he sees he gets right up to Vegeta. Vegeta clearly has no time to defend himself. So Goku notices, and Goku's like, Vegeta! And then he uses a shockwave that's centered right at Vegeta to send Vegeta flying. Vegeta's guard is down here, so it's easier for Goku to push Vegeta out of the wave. This is when I love Goku, man. This is when I love Goku, because Goku, when it comes to anything else, Dragon Ball Super makes Goku look dumb. But when it comes to battle, Goku, there's really no one smarter than Goku, right? I love this part of the chapter with Goku and Granolah here, because Goku using the shockwave to push Vegeta out of the wave, and you see Vegeta gets sent flying into looks like a little house, like a little shed area, and he's knocked unconscious for the moment. So Granolah's like, lucky timing. How did you react in time? And Goku's like, I've got a read on your whole targeting our vitals thing. It's not going to work on me anymore. And Granolah's like, ha ha ha, a read, you say? Thanks for the laugh, but I'm calling your bluff. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is when I love Goku, because one of the things we know about Goku is he adapts in battle very quickly. Very, very quickly, right? This reminds me so much of the battle between Goku and Hit, because Hit was doing a similar battle strategy, going after Goku and Vegeta's vital points. And, Goku was able to figure out that Hit was doing that using the time skip technique. And then Goku was able to figure out Hit's time skip and be able to guard his vital points. And now we're seeing Goku do that against Granolah, because Goku knows that Granolah's battle strategy is to go after their vital points. So we see Granolah transports behind Goku. Goku sees it coming, but he doesn't make a move. He allows Granolah to hit him in the back. And you have to pay attention here. You look right here. Goku strengthens his neck because he knows that's where Granolah is going to aim for it. Because he knows that, the back of the temple, that's a vital point. So Goku allows Granolah to hit him, right? And then you see Goku go back into his base form and his face goes under the water. But you see, Granola's like, you really should have stayed down the first time I put you there. Wait your turn. I'll extract Frieza's location from you in a moment. But we see as Granolah turns his back to Goku, he gets hit with a ki blast from behind. And he looks back, he's like, what? And you see that Goku is back and he's in Super Saiyan Blue. And Goku says that same move was never going to work on me forever. Remember, Goku's been hit by Granolah in the vital spot, 3-4 times? Back at the beginning of the battle, he did it when Goku was in Ultra Instinct, which still pisses me off. But, yes, that's what happened. Goku, like I said, one of Goku's best skills is that he adapts in battle very quickly. He learns things very quickly. Even when his opponents are way stronger than him, he's able to adapt to their fighting styles very quickly and come up with his own battle strategy. So Goku's like, even though Granolah is much stronger than Goku at this moment, Goku's like, still, I'm going to do my best here, So we see Granolah, he goes to attack Goku once again and hit him in the abdomen, right? Another vital point, the same vital point where he was attacking Vegeta. But we see that Goku did the same thing again, right? He strengthens the abdomen because he knows that where Granolah is targeting, and then so it doesn't have the same impact, right? So because Goku strengthened his abdomen, Granolah is not able to deal the amount of damage that he wants to by hitting that vital point, and then Goku takes Granolah, right, who's in shock, and then he hits Goku with a punch of his own. I like this. Because here we have Goku in Super Saiyan Blue. He's not in Ultra Instinct. He's in Super Saiyan Blue. And he's still managing to kind of stay in this battle. Even though we know that Granolah is the league stronger than Goku at that moment. at this moment, right? Goku's doing his best to stay in this battle. Similar to what Vegeta did in chapter 74. Right? Remember when Vegeta was in Super Saiyan Blue for that whole chapter, and then Granolah, clearly was stronger than Vegeta, but Vegeta was able to hold his own. And I remember it was pissing me off because people on social media, when that chapter came up, was like, look, Vegeta did a better job of surviving than Goku. Yes, but I was like, that was true, but the circumstances between the battle that Goku had with Granolah and the battle Vegeta was having with Granolah were different. Goku was fighting a clone, right? And, he hadn't fully adapted to Granolah's fighting style yet. Vegeta had been able to see Goku fight before entering into the battle himself. So Vegeta already had a better understanding of what Granolah's fighting strategy was. And now Goku's adapting to it as well. This is why, excuse me, this is why personally I believe that if Goku was able if Goku was able to go full power UI at this moment, he would be able to defeat Granolah. I really do believe that Granolah was not stronger than Master Ultra and Goku. It was because Goku's guard was down, right? Because he was so shocked at learning that Granolah was a clone the entire time. That's the only reason why I think Granolah was able to defeat Goku. If Goku was able to go full power UI at this moment, Granolah would be screwed. I really do believe that. I think it's also the reason why you see Goku fighting in Super Saiyan Blue, right? Because, what's keeping Goku from using his full power? Goku was probably only able to heal himself to the point where he could use Super Saiyan Blue and not go back into UI. So we see Granolah is finally able to figure out what Goku's been doing, and Granolah's like, shifting your vitals out of harm's way, huh? And Goku's like, yep. There's the smallest pause between you locking onto our vitals and the attack that follows. And then Goku says, I can't dodge the attack completely. At least I can shift enough to make sure you don't hit where it really hurts. See? So this is 100 IQ Goku, right? This is smart Goku right here. Goku knows that he can't fully dodge a vital attack, but he's doing enough where, he's not going to be taken out by that vital point. Because Goku just doesn't want to be knocked unconscious again. So Granolah's like, you don't say. You've actually thought this through, and I suppose your evasion technique makes that possible. Still, your strategy is pure defense. Without attacks of your own, you'll never manage to surpass me. And Goku admits that Granolah is right. Goku's like, you're not wrong. That could be a problem. Goku's whole thing is defense. He doesn't have an offensive strategy, especially since he can't go into full power UI at this moment. But still, that's not going to stop Goku from trying. We know Goku it doesn't matter. Goku doesn't care if he's not strong to Granolah right now. Goku's going to keep fighting regardless. That's the way Goku is. So, we see Vegeta, he wakes up, right? And you can see how fast he comes out of the debris he was under. And then he sees that Goku and Granolah are going at it. And you can see Goku in Super Saiyan Blue, he's doing his best to hold his own against Granolah. Right? Even though Granolah is stronger, he's doing his best. We see Goku is getting some hits in on Granolah. Remember, this is a stronger Granolah. Guys, remember, this is a stronger Granolah than the Granolah that Goku faced before. Because remember, not only when Goku was facing Granolah in Chapter 73, not only was Granolah a clone, but he wasn't awakened. This is Granolah in his full body, right? This is his body. This is Prime Granolah. He's in his authentic body. He's not a clone here. Plus, he's gotten stronger throughout this battle because, of course, his eyes awakened, right? And still, Goku in Super Saiyan Blue is doing his best to hold his own, right? He's getting some shots here. He's clearly not stronger than Goku. I mean, Goku's clearly not stronger than Granolah, but he's holding his own here, which I like. So we see Granolah, after Goku hits him with a left hand, Granolah's like not good enough, and he hits Goku with a kick, which sends him back down, and you see Goku's back in his base form. Goku says, darn, my body won't last much longer, while he's been taking us both on his own, right? So Goku giving Granolah a compliment. Like, Goku's like, damn, I'm at my limit here, and I can't go back into UI. And still, Granolah's been fighting us this whole entire time. So Vegeta's like, I'm tagging in, right? And Goku's like, really? Why are you so obsessed with doing this alone? Vegeta's like, hard to say. Think of it as stubborn Saiyan pride if you want. So here's something I just want to say. I tweeted this out right before I started recording, right? People are talking about, oh, Vegeta having character regression with not wanting to team up with Goku. But they have explained to you right here, they're explaining to you why Vegeta is not choosing to team up with Goku at this moment. One, because they're not fighting to protect something. They're not fighting to protect the Earth. They're not fighting to protect their loved ones, right? This is just a battle between the two of them and Granolah. Even though Granolah wants to kill them, that's not enough for Vegeta to say, oh, let's team up, right? Because Vegeta, remember, Vegeta has fought thousands and thousands of battles, even before he fought Goku. Vegeta fought thousands of battles where his life was on the line in pretty much all those battles, and he prevailed. So this is what Vegeta is used to. So it makes sense here that Vegeta wants to do this on his own. They're not protecting their loved ones. They're not protecting their home here. So even though their life is on the line, Vegeta's like, I'm used to my life being on the line in every battle, right? That's what makes me a Saiyan. That's what makes me me. So people need to stop with that whole character regression nonsense, all right? Vegeta says it's stubborn Saiyan pride. So they're explaining to you why Vegeta's acting this way. So, come on, guys. Like, the answer is right there in front of you. So, enough of this, character regression nonsense, okay? And Goku's like, and you can really beat him. And then you see, even though Granolah is still stronger than Goku and Vegeta at this moment, Granolah is, he's on the ropes a little bit. He is fatigued. Look at him. You can see blood everywhere. He's huffing and puffing. This has been a long battle. And remember, to Granolah, this is supposed to be a warm-up. Because Granolah believes that Frieza is the big boss. He still believes that Goku and Frieza, or Goku and Vegeta, he still believes that they are working with Frieza, right? Even though Goku and Vegeta have told Granolah on multiple occasions that they're not fighting for Frieza. They're not friends with Frieza. But Granolah refuses to believe them. But you can see here, Granolah is very, very tired, right? He's not in the best state. So you can see, he's been fighting this whole time, and then Granolah's he's starting to feel the effects of the battle. He's getting fatigued. So Vegeta mentions how Granolah just learned to unleash this side of his own power, and he's mainly talking about the red eyes, right? He's talking about how Granolah just awakened into that red eye state, so he may not have full control over it. So Vegeta's like, he won't last that much longer. He'll most likely hit his limit soon, and that will be my opening for victory. So Vegeta has a strategy here. He wants to continue fighting Granolah until Granolah hits his limit, right? So Vegeta's like, please allow me to do this alone. So I feel like it would have been better if Vegeta had just said this from the start instead of, being ridiculous and, hitting Goku, right? I feel like instead of being all violent, Vegeta could have just said, look, I have a plan. He didn't have to go attack Goku like that, getting all mad that Goku was trying to tag in. I feel like it would have been better just for Vegeta to do this at first instead of letting the violent side of himself come out. But still, Goku's like, okay, try not to die, Vegeta. So I like this. I like this dialogue here from Vegeta. I kind of just wish he did this before instead of attacking our boy Goku. But anyway, Vegeta goes off to Granolah, and Granolah's like, you again, still fighting alone? Your mind's working mysterious ways, I see. And Vegeta's like, and yours isn't exactly playing with a full deck. I like that line, playing with a full deck. He's like, that drive for revenge has rotten away whatever's in your head. And Granolah's like, come again? Vegeta's like, you think you survived all this time just to take revenge on us? There's nothing more to your life? And Granolah's like, And Vegeta's like, very well. Who am I to deny this grand mission of yours? No regrets then. Hit me with everything you can muster. So Vegeta's like, this is the point of your life. You have nothing else you want to do. You've lived all this time just for the chance of revenge. And you're going to basically give everything just to get revenge. You don't care about anything else. Right? You don't want to get married. You don't want to open a business. Right? You don't want to, explore and travel the galaxy. You just want revenge. So Anyway, sorry, I got a text. Anyway, so Vegeta's like, I like the Vegeta's like, there's no other point to you living, but you're just here for revenge. Seriously, so I like what Vegeta's saying here. Seriously, there's nothing else. So we see Goku, and this is Goku. I think this is Goku's first time seeing Ultra Ego, right? Because remember, when Vegeta first awakened Ultra Ego, Goku had just waken up from Granolah defeating him. He was just trying to heal himself. So I think this is Goku's first time actually seeing Vegeta's Ultra Ego power, right? His God of Destruction power. So Vegeta, I like this. Vegeta just powering up. But Granola's shocked. He's like, but you already hit your limit. But Vegeta then illustrates that as I explained, this power is unbounded. It has no limits. I love that. I love that from Vegeta here, man. So Vegeta can get stronger and stronger as his fighting will allows it, right? And clearly they're telling you here that Vegeta is going to continue to get stronger as Dragon Ball Super continues to go on. This is not it. This is not the limit for Ultra Ego. He's going to get stronger and stronger. So, see, Vegeta goes for a Hakai, right? Vegeta goes for a Hakai, and Granolah is able to guard against it. And then we see Vegeta come flying out of the clouds, and he's able to headbutt. He headbutts Granolah, and Granolah goes flying into the Sugar Alien City, right? He goes flying into the city, and Vegeta kicks him. I like that. So Vegeta headbutts Granolah, right? He lands on the barrier of the city, but then Vegeta just comes and lays him with a kick. I love that. So, and like I said, man, I cannot wait to see this animated because this battle, even though it takes place on one planet, there's so many cool environmental changes. From them fighting in the city, from them fighting in the mountains, to them fighting in the forest, to them fighting near the rivers. I'm really excited to see when this gets animated because there's so many cool, settings that this battle takes place in. So we see Granola's like, not here, take this elsewhere, because he doesn't want to do damage to the Sugar Alien City, right? Even though the Sugar Aliens, for the most part, have evacuated, he doesn't want to do damage to their home. So Vegeta's like, oh, and here I thought you didn't care about anything, right? Because Vegeta, believes that Granolah only cares about revenge. That's what Granolah has implied throughout this entire battle. So we see Vegeta is, firing off attacks left and right? But Granola's just guarding against it, and Granola's like, not here. I said not here. So Granolah gets angry here, and he hits Goku. Or not Goku. He goes to hit Vegeta with a right hand, but Vegeta evades it, and then Vegeta, bites Granola's right arm, right? And you see Granolah screaming in pain. This is a hilarious panel. This is something Goku usually does, right? We've seen Goku do it against Frieza. He did it against Kid Buu. He's done it a couple times in Super. He did it against Lord Beerus, remember? But, this is something you never see Vegeta do. So, it's like, remember, we talked about this last month. Vegeta's Ultra Ego form does make him a little more violent. It does make him a little more violent. But still, man, I never thought we would see the day where Vegeta would be, biting people in battle. That's usually Goku's thing. So Granolah calls Vegeta an animal. You animal. All right. And Vegeta's like, can't quite use your Press's rapid fire moves. Like, cause Vegeta and Goku both know, and I said it earlier, they know that Granolah, he relies on rapid fire moves and going after your vital spots, right? That's the way Granolah likes to fight. But we see right at that moment, and this is a really cool panel. This is really cool. Granolah gets on, Granolah gets on Goku, or I keep saying Goku. He gets on Vegeta's left and right arms, so he stands on top of Vegeta's left and right arms so Vegeta can't move. And he says, at this range, the city will be fine. And he fires off a bunch of attacks at Vegeta. And you can see they hurt. They hurt. Our boy Vegeta is in some serious pain right here. He's not looking too good. And look at that, man. Point blank. And Vegeta can't do anything to guard against it. Nothing. That's a really cool panel right here. Really, maybe the best one. Excuse me, maybe the best one of this chapter. That is crazy. So you can see the dust and the debris, right? The smoke from Granola's attacks, it's starting to surround the entire city. And then when we come back, we see there's a huge crater in the ground. Vegeta's armor is complete, or Vegeta's suit, his armor was already destroyed, but Vegeta's battle suit is completely destroyed. You know, he's shirtless and unconscious. So there you have it, and you can see Granolah is no longer at full power because his left eye goes back to normal. It's no longer red; it goes back to its normal color. So basically, it looks like Granolah has defeated Vegeta, right? He has finally finished Vegeta, and he gets down, and he takes a second to recompose himself. Granolah says, "Have you learned your lesson yet, Saiyan?" And all of a sudden, you see a crack, right? You see a crack, and all of a sudden, you see a Sugar Ray mom with their child, right? And she is absolutely terrified because she has no idea what's going on. All she can hear is like this earthquake going around them. So she wasn't able to evacuate in time, right? She wasn't ready. She wasn't able to evacuate in time with the rest of the Sugar Aliens, and now she's just horrified because her home is being destroyed, right? The home is being destroyed. You're getting this earthquake feeling, and it's like what's going on? And this is big because all of a sudden we go back to the past. I love the way this is drawn. We go back to the past. I love this panel right here. Oh, excuse me. So we see Granolah. He goes back and he remembers. You see the Saiyans here destroying the city in their Great Ape forms, and Granolah just running away. Kid Granolah running through the city, right, trying to get away from the damage that's taking place. So he looks like he runs to a church, right? It looks like he runs to a church. And then we see Granola's mom. If you guys saw the spoilers this weekend on social media, you've already seen most of these panels, right? I could have made a video on it, but I just chose not to. But, everyone was making jokes of, Granola's mom being a thirst trap, right? But see Granola's mom here, man. A beautiful, beautiful looking anime girl, right? So we see Granolah. Granola's like, "Mommy," and Granola's mom's like, "Granolah, you made it back to me, my little one." Yeah, the others helped me get away, right? So it's very, very similar to. So Granolah is basically having a flashback to when the last moments he spent with his mom. Crazy, right? Crazy. It's almost like an exact replica. So I'll give Tortara credit, man. Great job here. Great job here with Granola's backstory. Great job. I love it. So Granola's remembering, the last moments he had with his mom as he's seeing this Sugar Raelian mother holding her child in fear. It's like, what goes around comes around. Granola's home was destroyed by the Saints all those years ago. And now here he is, right? And he's doing damage to the Sugar Raelians, right? Almost the same way the Saints destroyed his home. So Granola's like, oh no, like, what am I doing? I'm repeating what happened in the past. I'm doing to the Sugar Raelians what the Saints did to me 40 years ago. Absolutely crazy, man. I love this. I love this, man. So, so we see, Vegeta is finally able to get back up. You see his left arm is pretty much destroyed, right? His arm is broken. So, Vegeta says, "Any grudges against us Saiyans are well deserved. How could I object to you destroying me here and now? However, by eradicating the Saiyans, aren't you just repeating history? Usurals were never such a savage tribe, weren't you? Right?" And Granolah now, he's enraged. He's like, "That's nonsense. This planet was always a peaceful one. You people took everything from us, and I'll never move past that." Right? So what Vegeta said hit deep to Granolah. It hit him hard, right? Because Vegeta's basically saying what we were doing, right? Aren't you just repeating history? The Saiyans eradicated you on Frieza's orders. And now by Granolah trying to take out Goku and Vegeta, you're just repeating history, And your tribe's not supposed to be a savage tribe. Saiyans are warriors. They're supposed to be that way. Surroundings aren't. And you can see what Vegeta's saying, man, it hits deep to Granolah, but it just gets him more and more angry. So Granolah does a shockwave, similar to what Goku did earlier in the chapter to save Vegeta from Granolah. Granolah does a shockwave, sends Vegeta flying out of the city, right? And we see, man, Vegeta has almost nothing left. So then we see Granolah. Granola's like, at last, I found my true resolve. I prepared to burn away my very life here. I'll summon every bit of my power to make sure you stay dead. And we see Granolah, he starts charging up a huge ki blast, right? He's ready to end it. Granolah at this point, he doesn't care. To make sure he doesn't care about Frieza, he doesn't care about getting the ultimate revenge. He just wants to make sure Vegeta and Goku are gone, right? So he's willing to die. He's willing to die, just to kill Goku and Vegeta. He's willing to sacrifice himself just to make sure Goku and Vegeta are killed, right? Granolah says, my revenge against Frieza himself will have to wait until we're both in hell. That's a pretty cool line. I'll give Granolah credit. That's a pretty cool line. He's like, yeah, if I'm going to hell for taking you two out now, then there's no way Frieza won't be in hell for what he did to my people all those years ago. So Granolah's like, I'll just have to wait for Frieza down there. So Vegeta sees, that it looks like this is the end. He has no more energy, right? There's no sensu being in sight. So Vegeta's like, this is it for me. So Vegeta's like, so I couldn't cut it. Apologies, Lord Beerus. I couldn't revert to the courageous, unfeeling man I once was. That God of destruction powers was beyond the scope of a novice like me, right? And as Vegeta, gets up and he's ready to face, death, right? He's ready to die again. Vegeta's like, this is the Saiyan's fate? So be it. So this line ties back to a lot. It ties back to early in this arc where Vegeta was getting trained by Beerus and they were talking about the Saiyan's past, and Vegeta was, wanting to learn, the God of Destruction power. This also ties back to what Vegeta said earlier in the chapter to Goku, right? When Vegeta was telling Goku, let me do this on my own, right? It's like Vegeta wanted to reawaken that God of Destruction power, right? Reawaken Ultra Ego. And, hopefully by using that power and pushing Granolah to his limit, Granolah would, reach a wall, and then that would allow Vegeta to reach victory. But Vegeta's plan, unfortunately, was not able to come to fruition here, right? Granolah was just too powerful for him, So Vegeta has come to accept, even though he awakened this new power in Ultra Ego, right? This new destruction power, it just isn't enough, and he's ready to face his own fate and die peacefully. But Goku's not having it. Goku's like, they're both willing to die, and Goku's like, no, he's not gonna let that happen. He's not gonna let Vegeta die, of course. And Goku doesn't think Granolah's a bad person, so Goku's like, I'm not gonna let Granolah die either. So we see Goku, right? He's running to get to Granolah and try to stop him. But then we see a certain ship. And if you guys remember, this was the ship being controlled by Oatmeal, right? Granolah's AI. And remember, we saw that Granolah threw Oatmeal away last chapter because, he felt like Oatmeal was distracting him from the battle. Because Granolah was so obsessed with revenge that he wasn't even listening to anything Oatmeal was saying, because Oatmeal was just saying, maybe the Saiyans aren't bad guys, right? I don't think Goku and Vegeta had anything to do with what happened all those years ago, but Granolah's not having it. So we saw that Oatmeal, he took Granolah's ship and he flew somewhere else, and we all predicted that Oatmeal would have something to do with the way this battle ended. There was no way he was not going to come back. So Goku's like, who's that? What the hell's happening here? And then we see Monitio, he's in Granolah's ship. So Oatmeal went to go get Monitio, right, to hopefully talk some sense into Granolah. And then we see Monitio's like, that man, it can't be. This ties to the Bardock thing, which we'll see here in just a couple pages. So we see here, Oatmeal, was that the same Granolah is tangling with? And Oatmeal's like, yes, and there's another one as well, talking about Vegeta, of course. And Monito's like, of all the crazy things. So they arrive to the battlefield, right? Monito sees how Granolah is putting all this energy into this attack, right? And we see Goku come flying in, but he can't get any closer because of, how powerful the blast is. This reminds me a little bit like Cell. You remember when Gohan and Cell were, having their epic Kamehameha wave, Vegeta and Piccolo and the rest of the Z Fighters, they tried to get as close as possible to Cell, but they couldn't. So they just had the, far off key waves to try to, distract Cell and make him use more power. So I like this. Goku's not able to get close enough to Granolah, right? And Granola's like, we'll meet our doom together. and then Monitio's like, no, because he sees that Granolah is willing to kill himself and Vegeta, and Vegeta's doing nothing to try to stop the attack. Vegeta's like, fine, if this is the way it's supposed to end, so be it. But we see Monitio right at that moment. He's like, knock it off, Granolah. And Granolah looks and he's like, Monitio, what are you doing here? Right? And then we see Goku sees that Granolah has his guard down. And Goku comes flying in and he bull rushes Granolah. And that's able to stop Granolah's attack. So because of Granolah being distracted by Monitio, Goku was able to use that to stop both of them. And I love what Goku says. Goku's like, don't be stupid. You too, Vegeta. What are you thinking? Right? And Vegeta's like, So Vegeta's like, Vegeta's not gonna admit it, but he's kind of glad that Goku came in at that moment to save him, because Vegeta would have died from that attack. But I love Goku's just like, what were you thinking? Don't be stupid. So Goku's talking to both Granolah and Vegeta, right? Granolah's supposed to be his enemy, right? Granolah's trying to kill him, but Granolah's like, don't be stupid, right? You're just throwing away your life like that. So we see Granolah. He looks up to the ship. And he's like, oatmeal, I should have known, meddling in my business. And then we see Monitio come out of the ship slowly. Goku and Vegeta don't recognize him fully, but they see that he's a Namekian. So you're seeing all the pieces come together here now, right? So Goku and Vegeta are like, what is a Namekian doing here? So Granolah's like, why did you interfere, Monitio? Stay back and let me finish this. I just want this to end. I just want this to be over. Because now you're seeing Granolah getting very emotional here. He's like, I just want this to be over with, man. Because Granolah's been dealing with Goku and Vegeta for 5 chapters now, and they just won't go away. And Granolah's like, I'm finally about to end this, and now you're coming in here and interrupting my battle. And Monitio's like, you got some facts wrong, Granolah. Sorry to say, it was a lie of mine that brought you here. There was one Saiyan who didn't earn your vengeance. And Granolah's like, what? What the hell are you talking about? Explain, I don't understand. And Monitio's like, 40 years back, the one who actually saved us was a Saiyan named, it says Bardock, but we all know his name is Bardock, right? A Saiyan named Bardock. You could see the shock on, you could see, well, it's not really shock. Goku's like, question mark, like, what? What the hell's going on? We all know that Bardock is Goku's father, but because Goku lost his memory when he fell on his head, he doesn't remember his parents. He doesn't remember Bardock and Gine sending him off to Earth right before the Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta. He doesn't remember any of that. He doesn't have no memory of his parents. So this is big. This is huge. You guys who know me know that I wanted Goku to learn of his parents for a long time now. Right? I love the idea of Goku learning about his parents and maybe even one day reuniting with them. I don't know if that's possible, but it's Dragon Ball, right? We've seen so many crazy things happen. But I absolutely love this. And then the big cliffhanger is, Granolah's like, did I hear that right? A Saiyan was our savior, right? So the Saiyans who destroyed Planet Cereal, right? A Saiyan who was sent to Planet Cereal to help destroy the planet, right? Conquer the planet for the Frieza Force, saved Granolah and Monitio. So next chapter, I'm expecting us to get to get more backstory, right? Who knows? Maybe all of chapter 77 could be us seeing what happened with Bardock and Granolah and Monitio, right? Maybe that whole chapter. We don't know. But I expect next chapter to be huge, right? Because Goku's going to learn of his father next chapter finally. What's also interesting here is Vegeta. Vegeta has a shocked expression here. He's like, it's like that name means something to him. Remember, Goku knows nothing of his parents. He knows nothing of Bardock and Gine. Nothing. He doesn't remember them. But Vegeta, Bardock didn't know of Vegeta. If you read Dragon Ball Minus and if you remember the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, Bardock does know Prince Vegeta. He knows him. So, and you remember, we all know that Raditz, Goku's brother, he was on the task force with Vegeta and Nappa when Planet Vegeta was destroyed. So it's going to be interesting here. I am so excited for this next chapter because I cannot wait to see what they do with Bardock, man. And I know there's so many people that are angry because now basically Bardock, the Bardock special doesn't matter anymore. It has nothing to do with the main story. And Dragon Ball Minus is canon, right? And people don't like the idea of Bardock being a good guy because it makes Goku's backstory too similar to Superman, and people don't like that. Look, it doesn't bother me. I don't like the whole Bardock special versus Dragon Ball Minus argument. I hate it. I really do. I love the Bardock special. I love it. I love Bardock as a character, and I love how they're putting him in with the Dragon Ball Super story here. I love it. You know, it is fan service, if we're being honest. This is fan service, but I don't really care. That doesn't bother me. I know it bothers other people, but it doesn't bother me. You know? So I'm super excited to see how they explain this next chapter. How did Bardock save Granolah and Monitio? How did that all come to place? I'm so excited to see how that's done. I feel like it's gonna be absolutely awesome, right? And I cannot wait to see how Goku finds out that Bardock is his father, because Monitio right here, Monitio recognizes Goku, but he doesn't know Goku is Bardock's son, or maybe he does. Maybe he does. That's another thing, right? Because Monitio sees Goku here, and it reminds him of Bardock, because Bardock saved Monitio and Granolah all those years ago, which we're going to learn about next chapter. But, you know, what if? We don't know, because we don't know if Goku was born. We don't know if Goku was born. We don't know if Goku was born during the... What is it called? We don't know if Goku was born during the time where the Saiyans were invading Planet Cereal. We don't know that, right? We do know that this took place, 40 years ago, right? Goku is in his 40s, so Goku could have been born. Goku could have been a little kid and been in that incubator, right? He could have been in that machine. So Goku could have been, for all we know, this could have took place right before Frieza destroyed Planet Vegeta. Could have took place right before. Maybe it took place a couple of years before Planet Vegeta was destroyed. We don't know. But maybe Bardock, told Monitio about Kakarot. And maybe next chapter we get Monitio, asking Goku, is your name Kakarot? And then Goku's like, yes, that's my Saiyan name. But I go by Goku now. That's my earthly name. And then Monitio tells Goku, your father saved me and Granolah. And then Goku finally, learns more about his father. Who knows? There's many different directions that this could go. But still, this is hype. This is hype. I'm marking it out just thinking about it. So many different possibilities to where this can go. I love the confused look on Goku's face. I want to know what this shocked expression is. Does Vegeta know who Bardock is? There's so many questions, and I'll probably make another video about this anyway in the next couple of days, but I'm so excited. I don't care. You guys can argue all you want about Bardock special versus the Bardock special versus Dragon Ball Minus. I don't care about that. I don't care. I find that so stupid. But I'm just excited to see where this goes, man. I'm so excited to see what happens in the next chapter, because it looks like the battle is going to end for now, right? It looks like the battle with Goku, Vegeta, and Granolah is going to end right here, because now Monitio's going to explain what happened. And that's probably going to make Granolah finally realize that, look, not all Saiyans are bad. Yes, the Saiyans destroyed our home, but there's still some good Saiyans out there. Goku and Vegeta, they're good Saiyans. They had nothing to do with what happened all those years ago. Especially if Granolah realizes that Goku, right? Goku's father was the one that saved him 40 years ago. How crazy would that be? If Granolah realizes that one of the people that he's trying to kill, right? His own father was the one that saved him. And here I am trying to kill his son. The guy's dad who saved my life all these years ago, here I am, I'm trying to kill his son. The person who saved my life 40 years ago from the Saiyans and the Frieza Force, here I am 40 years later trying to kill his son. Like, damn. I love the way this story's going, man. I love it. So I cannot wait to see the explanation next chapter, right? I can't wait. I hopefully we get some panels where we get to see how Bardock saved Granolah and Monitio in the past, right? I cannot wait to see the explanation. Hopefully Granolah finally opens his eyes and realizes that Goku and Vegeta aren't bad people, and he finally realizes that they were telling the truth the entire time. And who knows? What if by the time they all make up at the end of the next chapter, that's when the Heater Clan finally come in. Next chapter could be a amazing chapter, right? It looks like for now we're taking a break from the battle, but still, man, I am excited for next chapter. Very excited. The Heater Clan could finally come in. Bardock, Goku learning of his father, so many cool things. I'm very, very excited for next chapter. But let me know what you guys thought, man. You know, this wasn't the best chapter of the arc so far. It was good, and I love this arc. It wasn't the best chapter ever, but still, I enjoyed it for the most part. I really do love this cliffhanger. But either way, let me know what you guys thought of the chapter. You know, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review/reaction. As always, we do this every single month with the manga. And I will have more videos coming out in the coming days with the fallout of this chapter and where we're going to be going with this arc. But let me know what you guys thought of the chapter down below. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel by hitting the bell next to my name, FitzTV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys for the love and support. Like I said, make sure you guys have notifications enabled, because I will have tons more Dragon Ball videos coming out in the coming days. Thank you guys as always. I'll see you guys later. Peace.